Welcome to the JCB Lounge. We're going to celebrate today the JCB way. You take an amazing saber, and of course, woo! I'm delighted to introduce the famous Christiane to introduce the outstanding and exceptional club shipment for this month. But before that, we're going to taste the bubbles. Cheers! Cheers! So important to look at those beautiful eyes when you do that. Never forget. And of course, to taste. What if we could capture style in the bottle? My JCB collection is exactly that. A very unique, numbered collection of phenomenal wines that I stylize from both Burgundy, Sonoma, and Napa Valley. I cannot wait for you to taste those wines. I really feel they represent the absolute best of each of those terroirs and region, capturing emotion, style, finesse, and vibration. This is the entire goal of the JCB collection. Well, number 76, which I just poured you, my darling, why don't you try? God gave us two hands, so it's totally okay to use both. I always keep my bowls very safe, close to my heart, and of course the new wines. We're tasting in outstanding Baccarat glasses, and I want you to really look at this beautiful golden color. This is number 76, which stands for a very luscious, flamboyant, but at the same time deep and intense Chardonnay. Phenomenal for the fall, and what I love about this wine is not only how we've made it extremely carefully with very long pressing times and a barrel fermentation in new French oak, but at the same time a wine which has what I call horizontality. This wine reaches your mouth and invades every side of your palate. And this is not only very sensual, but at the same time, this is very celebratory for me to start a meal or wine tasting with number 76. So let's do it. What a sound! This is so elegant.
Very delicious.
As our friends are looking for something elegant for the holidays, I think this is one of the most perfect wines.
It is. It's a very special selection.
And every single one of JCB is made in a very limited selection and edition. So between 200 cases all the way up to 500 cases at the most.
And now we're enjoying the number 7. Can you give me a story behind the significance of the number 7?
Debonair, seductive, and absolutely charismatic. This is a wine which really represents the essence of the beginning of my life and Pinot Noir. I was very fortunate that at home my mother would hire me as the sommelier. So I would be, when they had guests, the one serve the wines, open it, prepare it, decant it, and serve it. My mother one time was doing a celebration for friends and served 4 amazing Pinot. Luckily, she never finished her glasses. They retrieved to the living room for dessert. What did I do as I was setting the table with my sister is I finished every single wine. I was 7 years old. That moment was, as we say, epiphany moment in my life, because it really changed my vision for red wine. I had been enjoying a little bit of whites, like number 76, but number 7 at 7-year-old was the first time that I really dove into Pinot. So as I was making and stylizing those wines with Brian Maloney here in the Russian River, I thought this wine, as a limited collection, has to be 7 in honor of my mother, in honor of that day that I will never forget.
And in front of us here we have the JCB number 12, which is exclusive to Wine Living, and it's dubbed the JCB Picks. Can you tell us why it's so special to you?
Well, 12 for me is the ultimate number. When you sit around the table and you invite friends, this is the perfect dynamics, the perfect movements, the absolute most incredible energy. So this wine was so inspirational and inspiring to me. And at the same time, as I tasted and crafted this wine, I felt the conviviality, not only in the glass, but all throughout my body. So I even think that this wine is a little amorous. I like that term because it really brings the dynamics between couples, of peoples, of friends around the table and family. And this is not only the perfect number, but I think this is the perfect wine to celebrate, and more importantly, which is the most essential in life, is bring people together. So now the JCB 11 is really spontaneous, romantic, and so graceful. Graceful, of course, the name of one of my daughters, debonair and spontaneous, because it's one of the wines which I felt as a 2012 would really represent beautifully the vintage and at the same time absolutely jump as a bouquet into all your senses. I find this wine very refined, very stylish, and in many ways very feminine. 11 stands for what has happened in my life with this very lucky number. I always brand everything with number 11. That has been my little lucky charm.